I'm Gabe Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all-the-time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at the Clone Conspiracy issue number 5. A terrible virus is taking New York City by storm, and only Spider-Man can stop it. All this and more, let's hop on in and find out what happens next, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, the Jackal Ben Reilly is using the signal that he created to activate the carrion virus within all of his New U clones. This means one by one they're all mutating, either turning into dust or turning into ravenous zombies. Spider-Man, aided by the Prowler clone as well as the Gwen Stacy clone, do their best to fight their way through the horde in an attempt to get to Ben Reilly's lab and stop the signal. Wow, Spider-Man versus a bunch of shambling brain eaters. I bet he wishes he could web himself up a shotgun right about now. Now, while all this is going on, the Jackal is dealing with his own issues right now in the form of Dr. Octopus, who is righteously pissed that this whole zombie signal thing could very well hurt Anne-Marie, the woman he loves so much. For those keeping track at home, this means that Dr. Octopus has moved his karmatic scale once again from a bad guy to kind of a good guy to a bad guy again and now a good guy. Jeez. If things keep up like this, I swear Otto is gonna have more face turns than the Big Show. Now, one of the biggest issues about this quote-unquote finale issue, and I'll get to that in a minute, is that it moves so damn fast and tries to get in so many hanging plot threads to wrap them up that it's kind of hard to concentrate on what's important and what's not. There's a whole, I guess you could call it C or D plot here with Kane and Spider-Gwen, but again, it gets so little panel time I almost forgot about it. One mini arc from this storyline that does end on a much more satisfying note is the clone Gwen, who kind of went back and forth on how she felt about Peter Parker and Spider-Man. She decides ultimately that she does love him and buys him some time by sacrificing herself to a bunch of the Goblin clones that are chasing after her. In doing so, essentially, taking back her own death. And, not going out as a victim this time who broke her neck, instead getting a cool action hero death. So yeah, all these different storylines begin to converge together. Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus team up to fight the Jackal, which is a fight scene that I really wish was given more time because it's such a cool concept. Anne-Marie gets the brilliant idea to use Parker Industries webware to broadcast the anti-signal to stop the carrion plague. Of course, doing so means they're essentially destroying their own webware, which, hey, if you hated Peter Parker, the CEO and everything, I get the strong feeling this is the beginning of the end for Parker Industries right here. And yeah, essentially that's all it takes. The day is saved, Dr. Octopus and the Jackal seemingly turned into dust. For more information on that, go read the new issue of Amazing Spider-Man coming out soon. All the helpful good guy clones like Jean DeWolf and George Stacy are gone. In fact, they actually restaged the death of George Stacy in this issue. But apparently a bunch of the D-list villain clones survived, so if you see a Spider-Man villain you thought was dead in another book, you can pretty much safely assume that it's a clone. So, yay for them. And we also find out that not everyone New U cloned was actually killed. In fact, they were keeping a bunch of them, like Hobie Brown, in cold storage. So Hobie is alive, even though we've been following the clone in his own solo series this whole time. Yay, we've got 2 Prowlers now. Oh, and also that construction worker that Peter Parker was really interested in saving in the beginning of this story, the one who more or less kicked all of this off. He's alive too, I guess, so Spider-Man kept his promise to get him back to his family. Yay for Spider-Man keeping promises, I guess, and that, I shit you not, is actually the end of the comic. Spider-Man the Clone Conspiracy issue number 5 was supposed to be the finale for this series, the final issue, but it's absolutely not. The real ending is going to take place in the Clone Conspiracy Omega, which absolutely does my head in because there was no Clone Conspiracy Alpha. How can you have an Omega if you didn't have an Alpha? I can tell you right now, this issue's greatest sin, besides the fact that it ends on a total non-ending, is that it just moves too goddamn fast for its own good. There's some interesting ideas in here I would like to see play out. Doc Ock becoming a good guy again and actually helping Spider-Man defeat the villain, good idea, gets totally brushed over. Spider-Gwen and Kane fighting more of the evil clones, good idea, gets super rushed over. The clone of Captain George Stacy now dying in the hands of his clone daughter, in doing so, urging her on to take her life back and essentially defeat the clones of those who had killed her, again, good idea, idea given absolutely zero time to breathe. But then again, as I stop and think about it, that's kind of Clone Conspiracy in a nutshell, isn't it? A series of ups and downs, some good ideas, and a lot of mishandlings. Honestly, the more I think about it, I'm just going to be happy when this is all said and done with and we can just get back to telling regular old Spider-Man stories. This issue, though, overall, I give it a 6 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.